Welcome to Wayward Writers. I'm senior literary agent and author Heather Cashman.
I'm author and writing coach Stephanie Bearce.
And I'm author and writing coach Nicki Jacobsmeyer.
Our mission is to nurture and enrich established writers throughout their publishing journeys.
We welcome all genres, age groups, and publishing paths through video podcasts, online webinars, in-person retreats, and more.
We're here to help you conquer your path.
Hey, welcome back to the Wayward Writers podcast. I'm Stephanie Bearce. And if you've been listening for a while, you know that we usually use this space to talk to writers about their journeys, their books, their challenges, and the ways they keep going. But today we're going to do something a little different. Writing is the foundation of everything that we do here. And we realize we haven't talked enough about our own writing lives and what we're working on right now, how well it's going, what's hard, and how our goals change over time. So in this episode, Nicki, Heather, and I are going to open up about our current writing seasons, our goals for the year ahead, and how those goals have led us to make some thoughtful, positive changes so we can keep moving forward in a sustainable way.
Love it.
And just to note, we have some changes coming up, so make sure you listen for what those are.
Yeah, don't skip over just because you're bored with us.
Yeah, but they're going to be exciting and good for sure. So, Ladies, where are you right now as a writer? What are you working on? What does this season starting here in 2026 look like and feel like for you?
Heather, start us off. Tell us what's going on in your world, because your world is big.
Mm-hmm.
My world feels small, actually, but
you're in Costa Rica right now. It's big.
And you have many hats. You know, you're a literary agent and a writer. So you have a unique perspective.
And a wayward writer. So you have lots of perspectives for us.
Well, I am actually having a lot of fun working on moving my YA to an adult. And I have been really working on getting it ready. And I'm actually really proud of it. I'm feeling so good about it.
That's exciting.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. And it is an exciting feeling. I feel like 2025 is over. Thank you. And 2026 has been going well. And the people here in Costa Rica are beautiful and teaching me a lot about the meaning of life. And yeah, I'm excited. How about you, Stephanie?
I'm excited too. And that's a good thing because sometimes we're not excited about our writing. So I've been trying some new stuff. I'm super excited. I have The Cursive, The Lost Cave. The second Raven Gallows book is coming out February 1st. So everybody get a copy. Please leave me a review. If you ever want to help writers out, reviews. That's the best thing you can give us. The best gift in the world is a review, an honest review. And so I'm really excited about that. I've got a couple of contracted books that I'm working on. One is about maker spaces, and it's the first time I'm going to be doing a YA, young adult.
You got it.
And then the other one is God Created Science, which is combining my love of science with my Christian background. And I'm pretty excited about that too. But I've also been dipping my toe into adult cozy mysteries. And I've actually got 2 of them, believe it or not, 2 of them that I'm working on and having the best time in the world writing them. Who knew? Who knew I would like it? My husband has read them and he's like, wow, you have a larger vocabulary.
Hey, that is a great review right there, Daryl. Thank you so much.
I knew that I could write with 3-syllable words.
That's hilarious.
It's really fun. And then I'm exploring a possibility for a middle grade historical fiction. So I'm just really having fun. My biggest thing is time to have all the fun in it. How about you, Nicki? Where are you right now?
Yeah, I feel like the first time after the past 11 years that I'm like a working writer. You know, I feel like I have more than one thing going on, which is a huge blessing. I'm writing my contracted book for the Ghostly Tales of Maine's Haunted Lighthouses, which comes out in the fall for middle grade nonfiction. And I am waiting on revisions for my editor for my Tales on Trails, which is a pack horse librarian, my debut picture book in 2027 that I wrote in 2017. So after a decade, it's going to reach the shelf. It's not there yet, but it will be. And so persevere, keep going. Sometimes it's just not the season. It doesn't mean that it never will be. That's what I've learned from that. And I am also dipping my toe into adult thriller. And I should say, when I publish an adult thriller space, it'll be under my maiden name. So it'll be Nicole Hunt. And I can't ask for a better maiden name for a thriller genre.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to outline and play, and I read thriller all the time. So it's super fun to do that. And honestly, have a goal that's being fulfilled. So February, Stephanie Bearce is one of the nonfiction ninjas, and every February they hold this amazing free, it's like a master class in nonfiction. And every day a nonfiction author shares their wisdom. And I remember years ago when they started, and I did it every February. And my goal back then was one day I'd love to be a contributor and to be an author. And I have the honor of doing that this year, which is just like a full circle moment. And I hope you all out there set goals, any small, little, big, just keep dreaming. You know what I mean? If you don't dream, they're not going to happen. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm excited. I feel like such a newbie. I don't know how you guys feel with dipping your toes into new things, but I have adult nonfiction, but adult fiction is new. So part of me feels like I'm the new kid in class and I don't know anyone, but I'm super eager. So yeah, just different stages. So it's exciting.
I love your energy and enthusiasm. It's contagious,
Yes.
and it's so fun. So fun to hear you be excited about the things that are coming up.
Thank you.
You know, it doesn't take much for us writers to get excited. We just need a little something. We just need a little something.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know.
I have found that as I've been able to dive deeper back into my manuscript and really take that critical time to work on things and stuff, I can just feel this momentum building. And it's this energy that you get that's like self-perpetuating, really. And I think it's a fabulous feeling to have. And as we had our caregiver episode, sometimes you don't have that. Sometimes you're in a season where you can't have that, but it's so great when you can. And those times do come back. They disappear, but they do come back. Mm-hmm. So Stephanie, are you super excited about anything coming up or feeling really energized about anything in particular?
I am. And I think that it's kind of like what Nicki was talking about. Trying something new, trying the adult and really exploring that and trying something new has actually energized all of my writing. And I didn't realize, I think I felt stuck.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that, you feel like, okay, I'm stuck as the middle grade writer. And that's a wonderful thing. I shouldn't complain because I'm very grateful that I have had lots of fun middle grade books. But trying something new, even if it doesn't go anywhere, it has given me so much more energy that I've been able to put into my currently contracted projects that I think that is worth exploring for anybody. Trying something, being on the learning end of something again is always worthwhile. And doesn't even have to be writing. It can be something else, because I think that energy from learning carries over into other parts of your life. And yes, you do have to be in a spot that you have the space to try something new. And I happen to be in that spot right now. So I'm going to take advantage of it and do that. But to me, that's very energizing. I love learning. I always have. I'd be a perpetual student if I could afford it.
Me too.
Right?
But yeah, I would just perpetually be a student. But yeah, anything energizing you, Nicki? You sound energized.
Oh, yeah. Talking about the caregiving, last year was a big caregiving moment from me, and that hasn't gone away, but it's less. And I am just wanting to create a lot because I wasn't able to. But here's the thing just about that. If you're in a place right now where you can't create, if you will, like words and sentences and paragraphs and pages, you can still create. I will say the lists I have, one day there's going to be a medical thriller out there that's going to be mind blowing because you can't make this stuff up that I've seen in the city emergency room. My mom and I would be giggling in the emergency room about these lists of these things that are happening. So try to find ideas from life. So if you're in a place where you feel like you can't sit and write 1,000 words, that's okay. You're still experiencing life, which is fodder for your work. So take those moments that you can. The new thing, too, I'm also excited to see things come to fruition that I felt in my heart needed and should be out there, and they are. And then there's also things that I'm okay letting go with now that it was like, keep sending it out, keep sending it out. And I'm like, you know what? That's just not, and that's freeing. It's okay
Yeah.
that you spent months, years on a picture book that might not reach the shelves because that got you to this thing that will.
Exactly. Yes.
And that's exciting to me. I feel like I've grown in that way. With nonfiction, you're still creating. And so you still don't necessarily know how everything's going to turn out. But since it's fact, you kind of know what the ending is already. And
you know what you should be headed
correct.
towards, right?
And I'm really excited because with my fictions, there's some things that I know, but like the rest, no clue. And guess what? I'm the boss. I get to make it up. I don't have to cite a source. I can make it as wild or whatever I want. So I'm excited about our new adventure here at Wayward Writers because, and we'll get into it more, but I think it's important that we continue to keep our focus on creating and community. And so I'm excited to get back to that too. So Heather, how about you? What's lifting your skirt these days?
As you guys were talking, I had a couple of things come to mind. One is that I am also experiencing something new, and I think I'm better at it in a way because of the things that I've written before that I didn't want to write. I think the main thing that I have really found has energized me this year is that I set some really extra hard goals for myself this year, and I have started prioritizing those goals. And in doing that and setting boundaries and getting those things done, and I'm actually starting to accomplish things that I thought last year I would never accomplish. It makes me just want to keep going, and I am finding that very compelling. So setting some goals that were originally I thought, okay, like this is going to take some serious sacrifice. If I want to get this done and I really want to do this, I'm gonna have to make some hard choices. Like I am not gonna be able to watch TV at night. There's just things that you have to make choices and you have to prioritize.
Yes, you do.
But by doing that, I'm like, wow, I can do this, and I'm really excited to do this. And so, yeah, I think that has really given me a boost, that I wasn't expecting at all.
And do you miss
so stretch goals are worthwhile, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. And no, I don't miss.
Do you miss the extra episode?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Occasionally I do. But, I'm always like, okay, but you know what? On Friday night, you can watch a whole movie.
Correct.
Or
there's this quote at my gym, and it doesn't really matter really what you think of this gentleman. I think the quote is huge. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he says, you can have results or excuses, but you can't have both.
Mm-hmm.
And that keeps going in my head. And yes, that is very stringent, right? But at the same time, when you're at that moment where you're like, it is really hard for me to sit in the seat and create something, and going to watch that reality show would be really easy. I get to make that choice. But at the end of the day, if I still wonder why the book's not written, like, then there you have it, right? So I don't know. I'm kind of a tough love person, so it works for me. But yeah, good for you. There's nothing better than seeing your goals come to fruition, like actually happen, you know?
Yeah.
That it is exciting, isn't it?
It's so
Yeah, it is.
great. I'm happy for you.
But I like that quote. You can have results or you can have excuses. Sometimes our excuses are because things are hard.
Absolutely.
So what we've talked about the good parts. Anything that's hard and difficult for you guys right now, Nicki? What's heavy or stalled or anything for you right now?
For me, I need to find a thriller genre critique group. And I'm a member of Sisters in Crime, so I know where to go to that. And I'm fine critiquing for a while until I start having words. But like right now, that's a little panicky. I have critique partners that I still trust, but they're not necessarily writing or reading heavily in that genre. And I think that makes all the difference. So for me, that feels hard. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my words to, you know what I mean? So that's something I need to make time and to work on. And also to let myself just make all the mistakes and learn all the things as a newbie does. And I need to give myself that grace when it comes to my adult fiction writing. So, how about you, Heather?
The one thing I have been semi-struggling with lately, which I try not to think about it, but I've had a couple of books go out on submission and basically go nowhere. And my agent is so patient, and I'm so grateful for her. So I think that's where I am, is trying to just let that go. Even though, I mean, I tell my clients to let it go all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta just let it go. And I get that.
It looks really good on paper, but
How about you, Stephanie?
I am struggling so here's when the writing is wonderful, all I want to do is write.
Oh, yeah. I feel that.
But there's that whole other part, the business part. And I'm struggling right now with that because it's such a hard trade-off because I want to keep writing because I have the ideas, I have everything, it's ready to come out. But I also need to promote books that are already out there and that are coming out.
Yeah.
And I find it really hard to do that, balancing it, because we've all done the promotion. If you've released a book and you really hit it hard, my writing suffers. My writing suffers really bad when I hit promotion really hard. Yeah. And I really struggle to find that balance that works, that's going to keep me writing and help sell the book. So that's a big struggle for me right now. And if anybody out there in Wayward Writer Land or podcast world has a way to balance that and be successful at both at the same time, somebody let me know. Come on this podcast and give us advice, please. Because I need it so bad. I don't know.
It's just
I don't have the solution.
It's such two different parts of our brain.
It is. And my brain really likes the writing part way better than the promotion part. I love going places and talking to people about the books, but trying to get them to let me come is a whole nother matter.
Right. So we're really excited about 2026 because Wayward Writers is still here to nurture and encourage and be community, but we also want to focus on our writing. We want you guys to focus on your writing. Not just talk the talk, but walk the walk. And we have decided, since we have over 100 episodes available to everyone and anyone at any point over the past 2 years, that we're going to switch it up and do every other week with our episodes. And we'll be posting that on socials. You'll totally be in the loop. And like we said, there's so many episodes in the past. I can't wait to re-listen to some things because it seems like forever ago. That is one of the things that we are going to be changing about 2026. And we hope this allows everyone still to dive into our episodes on craft and business and wellness, but also maybe that time that you are listening to a third or fourth episode a month, you take that hour for you and you get to the pen and paper and you write for yourselves. And we want to hear about it. So, Stephanie and Heather, how did your writing goals factor into this decision that we want to move to an every other week podcast schedule?
Well, for me, it's one of those things about juggling everything. I feel very, very blessed to have contracts. I feel really blessed to have ideas and things that I'm working towards. And I love doing the podcast because we have met so many inspiring people, so many people that have inspired me to keep going or taught me something new. So we want to balance it so that we're still doing that. We're still gaining and we still have the community that I love of the wayward writers out there. So to me, I think it was just the logical step that we need to maybe just cut back a little bit so that we can actually keep going. We don't want to burn out. And sometimes just making a little shift can help us to keep going at all the things we love. I don't know. What about you, Heather?
I think that's key for me is keeping going with all the things I love. One main thing is that when we switched over to Substack last year, I started writing deep dive articles because I felt like a lot of our listeners, the majority of our listeners, are authors who have been published or who are agented, who have this established craft already. And I think that those deep dives are more helpful sometimes than you can get from just what happens in the podcast. And I started writing them actually for myself. I started doing some deeper dives and thinking about things and take it one step further. And I started posting those and getting a really good response from them. Some people telling me how much they really are helping. And they take a time.
For sure.
And so I feel like by diversifying our content, by having the podcast episodes and then also having these deeper dive articles where we can go deeper into the material and people can read those and go back and reference them. They are on our paid tier, but it's only $50 a year. And I feel like for what we're providing, hopefully everyone will feel that it's good content and worth that. But for me, it's a matter of sustainability and getting all the things that we need. Nicki, how about you? How do your writing goals factor into the decision to move to this schedule?
Well, I mean, all those things, right? Time, sustainability. I love this. And I also love writing and my children and my family and etc. Right. So it's a balance. But also, I think it's really important that when you're taking writing advice or any advice in life, that you not just listen to what those people are saying, but what they're doing. And we can't sit here and talk about writing and striving to get published and all those things if we're not doing them ourselves. And so that's where the balance comes in. And we want to be worthy of our community and we want to do that for ourselves and our readers and things like that. So it's a combination of things too. And we want to hear about your all's writing. I think it's really, really easy, and this could just be me, to take classes, read books, listen to podcasts about writing, and see that as the craft. And it's, at the end of the day, just not a substitute. It's needed, and it fills your cup, and it inspires you, and it keeps you going. But it's very easy, I think, to use it as a replacement and as an excuse. And we don't want that for you all. We don't want that for us. We are still here. We're still going to provide free content and paid content and all that great stuff. But we're also going to do it as we're all running to summit the mountain, to whatever that goal is that we have. And so we hope that you continue on this journey with us.
And speaking about the summit.
Yes.
Another thing that we really want to focus on this year is providing workshops to our Summit Club level on Substack. And that is where we are going to be putting out great workshops on that level and only to that level. But those are going to bank up. And so hopefully that will be some value added content to our audience. It's great to have the episodes, and I love the episodes, and I love listening to people and learning so much. But I think that there comes a time when you do have to have the deeper dives. You have to have deeper content. And these workshops, we hope, are going to provide that content for our audience and for our community.
And we had talked about, we were going to do them a la carte. And I love that we decided this, because when you get an email about a workshop that's being offered and you're like, that sounds amazing, and I will need that in 6 months. But right now I'm not revising. And then if you're like me, you go into a panic and think, if I don't buy it right now, there will never be another revision workshop. And so then you take it and you spend your time in a place where you're not at. And with the summit on Substack, the great thing is you pay the price for the membership, and it's there when you need it, when you're ready for it. And that is so liberating, because you get to be where you are in your journey. And that's important to all of us here, that you get what you need when you need it. And
yeah. And if you have ideas for workshops that you want or you need, please let us know, because those are things that I would love to work on providing for our community.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And also tell us what you want to, who do you want to hear us talk to? What do you want to hear us talk about? How can we help you? We are here. We're just making a few changes to better provide for you and for all of our writing careers. So talk to us. Leave us a note. Leave us a note on social media. Leave us a note anywhere we are, and we will be listening and waiting to hear from you.
If you're listening and navigating your own creative goals, we just hope this conversation reminds you that it's okay to adjust your pace. It's okay to adjust your goals to what's going on with your life. And what really matters is sustainability. And especially if you want to keep creating and be a writer long term. And that's what we want for you. That's what we want for us. So we just want to thank you again so much for being part of the Wayward community. We love you all. And just thanks for walking this journey with us, because we couldn't do it without you. So we're excited about what's ahead in 2026. We're glad you're here, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Wayward Writers.
Let's connect. Find us at waywardwriters.com, X, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
See you next time. Conquer your path.